Hey, I'm Trip, and what you're about to see is my buddy Chris going out, approaching women, and totally bombing. Watch this.
Hey, do you mind if we go grab something to eat later?
No, sorry.
All right, no problem.
No, sorry.
You want to know why Chris keeps getting rejected over
Nice try.
and over
No, it's okay. Sorry, bye.
and over?
Sorry, I don't know if that's such a good idea.
It's because he was making one big mistake that almost all guys make, and I'm about to show you what it is. But first, I want you to see what happened when I stepped in and helped Chris out. What I did was I handed him this one item that contains the secret to not only meeting and attracting lots of women, it also makes them addicted to being around you, talking with you, and yes, having lots of sex with you. Once I revealed the secret of this magic little item to Chris, suddenly everything changed for him. He instantly understood what he'd been doing wrong with women all this time. And more importantly, he knew how to fix it so he can get better and more consistent results with women every time he went out to socialize. Let me show you what can happen when you use the secret I revealed to Chris. The same secret that I'm about to reveal to you in just a moment. Watch this.
7533.
All right, it's good to meet you. Let's hang out later.
Okay,
For real.
bye.
Yeah, for real. 308
530.
530.
568.
Yeah. All right, what is it?
918
918
426.
426
Yeah, let me give you my number.
416
298.
298. Let me get a hug.
Much better results, wouldn't you say? Well, what if I told you that this magic item that I gave to Chris makes women addicted to being around you and talking with you, and it makes you more interesting to everyone around you, including your friends, your coworkers, and especially attractive single women. And it helps you get more phone numbers, more dates, and a lot more sex. And it turns you into the guy that everyone wants to be around and pay attention to. And believe it or not, it even gets you out of the friend zone with that one woman that you've wanted to be with for a while now. What you're about to learn can make her change her mind about you so quickly that she's going to begin chasing you for sex. And yes, I'm serious. I've seen this happen over and over again. That one girl you've wanted to be with forever will begin to see you in a totally new way. And she'll finally be open to being your girlfriend and happily jumping into bed with you. And the crazy part is, when you use this secret, she'll think it was her idea to sleep with you. So rather than making excuses for why she doesn't have time to spend with you, she'll be the one coming up with reasons to hang out with you. And she'll be the one inviting herself over to your place late at night because of what you're about to learn today. And I promise you, this is unlike anything you've ever seen. So keep watching because there is really something to learn here. And here's the best part. Once you understand the secret of this magic little item that I told you about, all your past failures and frustrations with women will finally make sense at last. You're gonna learn the biggest reason why women have stopped returning your calls and your text messages, and you'll also understand at last why women have suddenly lost interest in dating you, being your girlfriend. And here's the most frustrating situation of them all. You'll learn why women have told you what a great guy you are, and yet for some unexplainable reason, they themselves didn't want to date with you. Or even worse, they politely told you that they just don't feel that way about you. And they put you in the friend zone while they continue to date other guys who treat them like garbage. This is all going to be explained starting right now. Again, my name is Trip, and you're probably wondering what that magic little item was that I gave Chris that helped fix his problem with women. Believe it or not, the secret to making women addicted to you comes from something that you've never would have guessed. This. Yes, this bag of Doritos right here. This bag of Doritos, and I'm gonna explain how this relates to women in just a second. But this little bag of chips is one of the most tasty, addictive foods ever created. And there's a good reason for that. Scientists have designed the flavor of these chips in order to make certain that once you start eating them, you immediately want more. Plus, have you ever noticed that once you start eating these chips or something similar, you can easily just finish the whole bag? There's a reason for that, and as crazy as this sounds, I'm about to pull back the curtain and show you how the same science that makes guys like us want more and more of these chips can transform you into the kind of man that women can't get enough of. Just like people become addicted to the taste of certain foods like Doritos, women will become addicted to being near you, talking with you, and having lots of sex with you. And it all comes down to some very simple science that you can begin using immediately with women. You see, once you learn the simple secret behind it all that makes it all work, and I'll tell you about that again in just a second, but before I tell you, it's important you know how I discovered the secret. So keep watching because this is about to get interesting. I wasn't always a famous dating expert. In fact, if you had known me when I was in high school and college, you'd never have guessed that I'd be helping literally hundreds of thousands of men around the world to meet and attract women. No, my story begins in a much worse place. Growing up, I was always the skinny, nerdy guy that attractive women never paid any attention to. I'm actually a lot like you, a regular, decent guy who just couldn't figure out this whole world of women and dating. I didn't know what to do to get women to like me and want to date me. There was nothing wrong with me, but there was also nothing about me that made women go on dates and jump in bed with me either. Whenever I went out, I'd always see women I was attracted to, but the same thing happened every time. I'd get paralyzed with approach anxiety, and I just couldn't get myself to walk over and start talking to them. I'd always stand there too long, wondering what should I say, and eventually she would just disappear and the opportunity would be lost. Then I'd go home that night kicking myself for not taking action and saying something. I'd be pissed at myself all night for being the guy who just couldn't open his mouth and talk to pretty girls. It seemed like everyone else had some skill that I just didn't have. And sure, sometimes I'd end up in conversations with women at social gatherings, but they'd always lose interest after a few minutes and excuse themselves. I didn't know what to say, what to do, or how to behave so girls would want to go on dates with me. I used to watch other guys talking to girls, and it honestly didn't look like they were doing anything special. In fact, some of them were just plain jerks. And yet, women wanted these guys. I didn't get it. What did they have that was so much more attractive than what I had? Eventually, I got lucky, and my friends introduced me to a girl named Laura in college, and we started dating right away. I was 22 years old, and she was my first ever girlfriend. I still had never kissed a girl, and I was still a virgin. At first, I was excited just to have a girlfriend, but then I quickly realized this was a bad match. Honestly, I wasn't even that attracted to her, but since no other girls liked me and I was sick of being alone, I stayed with her. Have you ever done that? Stayed with a woman you knew you didn't want to be with because you just didn't have any better options? The whole time, though, I felt like I was dating down and settling for her. I have to tell you, it really sucks to have an intimate relationship with a woman you don't even like that much, just because you aren't sure if you can get someone else. I felt trapped and bored with her, but at least I knew she'd stay with me as long as I wanted and be loyal to me, until she informed me that after 10 months of being together, she cheated on me with another guy. I couldn't believe it. A woman that I was settling for actually cheated on me? And you know the crazy part? I wasn't even pissed at her. Sure, we broke up after that, but what really made me angry was that I was such a loser with women, that something like this would even happen to me. That's when I realized something had to change. So just like you, I started looking online for advice about how to find a girlfriend, how to be attractive, and so on. And I found the whole pickup artist community online. I tried using the techniques I learned from those guys, and I started getting a little bit better results, but still nothing consistent. I was able to talk to women and hold conversations now, but the same thing kept happening. After a while, they'd just excuse themselves and I'd be right back to square one again. I still couldn't get an attractive girlfriend that I really liked, and I definitely couldn't get laid. It wasn't until later that I realized why. And yes, it has everything to do with that bag of Doritos I showed you earlier. Here's what happened. A friend of mine told me that his company was doing some research about addictive foods like Doritos and other foods like it. He told me a secret about these foods that completely changed the way I thought about women and dating. He said, "Trip, have you ever noticed that you can eat certain foods like Doritos almost endlessly and never get sick of them?" The reason for that is because the flavor was designed by scientists to be perfectly balanced and hit all the flavor receptors on your tongue equally. You see, there are several different categories of flavors out there like sweet, salty, bitter, savory, and so on. And he continued, if you eat something that's too much of one type of flavor, you get sick of it really fast. For example, if you just ate something that just has a strong salty flavor, you're going to start craving something sweet or savory to balance it out, because you get sick of having the same flavor over and over again. As soon as I heard him say that, a huge light bulb went off in my mind. He had just explained the exact reason why my dating life was so terrible. I realized right away that I was just like one of those foods that had only one type of flavor, and women were getting sick of me and craving something else, or someone else. Here's what I mean. I was always the polite, accommodating, and agreeable nice guy. Whenever a woman would tell me something about herself, my response was always the same. I'd always say things like, "Oh, cool. Oh, how interesting. That sounds awesome." And so on. Always agreeing, always giving approval, always predictable and boring. Now think back to the potato chips for a second. Imagine you had a big bag of rosemary flavored potato chips. How many of those things do you think you could really eat? You'd probably get sick of them pretty fast, right? Well, check this out. Here's how this applies to your situation with women. The first concept you need to know about is called flavor satiation. It comes from the food industry, and it basically means you feel full when you have too much of one type of flavor, like sweet, salty, bitter, or savory. The reason you never get sick of foods like Doritos is because the flavor is equally balanced between those four types. It doesn't taste like any one particular thing. It's got equal amounts of each flavor, which means it's always going to still be interesting to your taste buds. Now let's forget about food for a moment and let's look at your situation with women. Did you know that your personality also has a flavor to it as well? Whether you realize it or not, your personality can easily be broken down into different types of individual ingredients. Here's a list of positive personality ingredients you probably already have. Nice, accommodating, agreeable, probably too agreeable. Is there anything wrong with those things by themselves? No, of course not. But do you notice how they're basically all the same type of ingredient? They all have a similar feel to them, don't they? The problem is that women crave more than just nice guy ingredients. They also crave things like naughty, funny, dominant, and so on. Can you see how those are completely different types of ingredients than the nice guy ones? Here's what you need to get about this. In order to be the kind of guy that women find attractive and interesting, the kind of guy that women become addicted to and can't get enough of, you have to add other types of ingredients to your personality to give it an attractive overall flavor. When you do that, when you begin adding these other dimensions of yourself into the mix, suddenly, your results with women skyrocket, as if by magic. Once I began studying this, it was like my eyes had finally been opened for the first time. I finally saw why women found me so boring, so uninteresting. I finally saw why I kept getting put in the friend zone by girls I liked. I dove into this head first and discovered all the important ingredients a guy can have in his personality. And I went to work experimenting on myself. That's when I discovered this next piece I want to share with you. You can combine different personality ingredients into what I call flavor formulas and get wildly different results with women depending on the ingredients of your choice. For example, if you want a long-term girlfriend, I've discovered the exact set flavor formula you need to begin expressing to women. If you do, you'll discover that women begin seeing you as someone they'd potentially want to be in a relationship with. It's actually a very specific set of qualities that create the flavor formula called long-term boyfriend. And women who are looking for that are going to find you very desirable once you begin using this formula. And I'll show you how you can learn that in just a moment. Now, if you want to have a friends with benefits sexual relationship, then you have to use a completely different combination of ingredients. Then the women you meet who are open to that kind of relationship are much more likely to express interest in you. And the best part is that it happens automatically. You just change a couple of ingredients and then watch as women begin responding to you differently almost overnight. Now, before I move on and show you how you can begin using this in your own life, here's a quick recap. The first thing to remember is that the personality you express to women is already made up of individual ingredients that make up its overall flavor. The second thing is that you can add and subtract different ingredients depending on what kind of relationship you want to attract. And by the way, this is really important because there is a whole list of negative personality traits that must be removed because they're spoiling the overall flavor you're presenting to women. The main negative ingredient a lot of nice guys have that repels women is neediness. If you have that ingredient mixed in with your overall personality, you can bet that it's causing women to avoid you, especially if it's mixed with a bunch of typical nice guy flavors and not much else. This is a recipe for dating disaster, my friend. That is a recipe for getting yourself put in the friend zone over and over again by women. And it's a guaranteed recipe for being overlooked and ignored by beautiful women. Even if you're a great guy, If you have negative ingredients like neediness in your personality, then it's going to dramatically lower your attractiveness level. And even if you do get a girlfriend, it will be someone you're not that into. And here's why. Neediness actually prevents high-quality women from dating you. By the way, neediness is only one of the negative ingredients. There are a bunch of others you need to learn about. I'll show you how in just a moment. So here's my question for you. Is the current flavor formula you're using with women right now getting you results that you're happy with? Well, what if I told you that by making just a few simple and easy tweaks to the way you're presenting yourself socially, the floodgates of opportunity with women will fly open and you'll finally be the guy who gets the girl without becoming someone you're not, without memorizing stupid pickup techniques, and without trying to be some douchey alpha male. In fact, when you use the method I'm about to show you, you can be more of who you really are while still making yourself far more interesting to women. Now let me show you how you can learn this. I've spent the last 6 months developing the ultimate home study program so you can get the same results in your own life. It's called Hooked, and there's a good reason for that. The techniques and strategies this program teaches you are designed to make you magnetically attractive to women. So much so that they will become emotionally and sexually hooked on you. When you go out, women will make excuses to be near you. When you go to parties, women will try to get you alone so they can get to know you better. And this is the best part. You'll watch in shock as the same women who used to friend zone you, the same women who gave you every excuse in the book about why they only see you as the brother they never had, you'll sit back and laugh as you watch them do a complete 180-degree turnaround and convince themselves that they've always liked you. And they just didn't realize how they felt until right now. Listen, this is going to give you a massive unfair advantage over other men. When you see the look of envy in their eyes as yet another woman is trying to get your attention and sleep with you, you'll be convinced. You're about to gain access to the only training program in the world that fixes the root cause of what's making women not feel attracted to you. Rather than spending years doing stupid things that aren't in line with your personality, you'll learn how to maximize the natural personality you already have and simply fill in the missing flavors. Okay, so let me tell you about the Hooked program, how it works, and how you can get your hands on it today. The first thing you'll notice is that this is not some boring ebook that you'll never read anyway. And it's not some encyclopedia of pickup lines that sound weird and that you know will never work for you. This is a comprehensive video training program that transforms you into a far more attractive and magnetic version of yourself. First, you learn all the most important personality flavors you can choose from, and which ones to eliminate. Then I teach you how to assemble them into different formulas depending on what kind of result you want. For example, if you want a friends with benefits relationship, then you have to display different flavors than if you wanted a long-term relationship. And if you want to have sex with a woman the same night you meet her, you have a different side of yourself than you would if you're looking for a wife. With that said, here's just a small taste of what you can look forward to learning in this program. The Friend Zone Escape Formula. Every man's worst enemy is the dreaded friend zone. This is a place where your desires for a woman go to die. You might really like a woman and have sincere feelings for her, but if she sees you as just a friend, you will never get her. And she's not going to change her mind if you just wait it out. When you use this strategy, that woman that you've wanted forever will find herself having uncontrollable sexual thoughts about you. Next, you'll learn the one personality trait that compels a woman to put you in the friend zone in the first place. I'll show you what it is and the simple secret that fixes it. And then there's caveman triggers. These are easy and undetectable things that you can do that make a woman feel so attracted to you that she almost can't control herself and will do almost anything to sleep with you. I'll show you the 2 biggest women repellent behaviors that every nice guy does and what to do instead. And my 4-step attraction amplifier. This is something you do at home that dramatically increases your physical attractiveness. When you use this, you're guaranteed to look more desirable to women. And you'll be surprised how women who were previously out of your league are suddenly paying a lot more attention to you. And the attraction detection radar. This is an easy way to tell if a woman really likes you or if she's starting to lose interest. Think of it like an internal GPS that keeps track and letting you know if things are going off course. Use my high status filter to automatically begin adopting the behavior patterns and body language of alpha males. This automatically boosts your feelings of confidence and filters out any needy behaviors, awkward comments, And most of all, it makes it easy to succeed with the women you always thought were out of your league. And then there's the assumption stacking technique. This eliminates any worries about freezing up or knowing what to say next. This is a far superior way of talking with her than simply asking her a bunch of questions about herself, which, by the way, women find to be predictable and boring. They say it's the number one thing that makes them lose interest in a conversation. For example, where are you from? What do you do? What did you go to school for? What do you do for fun? Did you grow up around here? And so on. If you tend to ask women a bunch of rapid-fire questions in a row, then prepare for a huge increase in your results once you start using my assumption stacking instead. And you'll learn the exact amount of time you should wait between when you first meet a woman until your first date. I've tested this out with tons of women and have found the perfect time frame that gets the best results. Use my small talk bypasser to permanently prevent boring, awkward, and uninteresting conversations. With this, you'll skip all the superficial fluff and create a deeper connection much faster and with a lot less effort. Then it's time for the secret sauce. The next level, what Hooked is really all about. This is the part of the course where I show you how to inject my proven flavor formulas into your personality so that you become irresistible to women. Here's what we'll cover. Have you ever noticed that some guys are just more fun to be around? Well, I've cracked the code and figured out exactly what they're doing that creates a fun vibe for everyone around them. Once you know the secret structure of what they're doing, you can easily be that guy people love being around. Remember how we talked about adding and subtracting certain flavors for creating a personality that women get addicted to? I'll show you the two most rotten flavors you never want to have in your personality. If you have either of these two things, you need to get rid of them immediately because they're pushing women away. Next, I'll show you my newest ninja technique, Pavlov's booty call formula. This actually conditions her brain to associate any sexual feelings with you, making you the first one who pops into her mind whenever she's in the mood and wondering who to text late at night for sex. The 6 crucial things you need to know before you go on a first date so you have the best possible chance of her liking you and wanting to see you again. And my enthusiasm intensifier. This scientifically proven strategy makes women more excited about spending time with you. If you've ever felt the pain of a woman losing interest in you and fading from your life, this makes sure that stops happening. She'll actually become more interested in you as time goes on when you use this, not less. Ever wish there was a step-by-step action plan for turning a woman you like into a fuck buddy? Well, I'll show you my exact flavor formula that makes her crave a sexual relationship with you. And on top of that, she'll think it was her idea to be fuck buddies instead of yours, which means you won't have to convince her of anything. Then I'll show you the 2 things you must do whenever you want to make someone your girlfriend. Follow these 2 simple steps and you'll trigger the reptilian side of her brain that makes her emotionally and physically attached to you. Please just promise me you'll only use this with women you actually want to have as your girlfriend. I don't want to be responsible for women getting attached to you and then disappointed because they can't have you. Use the crumble effect when you go on dates with women in order to make them wish they could spend more time with you. No matter how much time you spend together, they'll feel like it's never enough. And they'll be excited to see you again as soon as possible. Use my ninja number close to dramatically increase your chances of getting a girl's phone number. I'll give you the exact outline for what to say and do to make the whole thing go smoothly. How would you like women to approach and pick you up? As it turns out, I found a way to make it happen all the time. I show you exactly what to do when you walk into a place that draws women to you like a magnet. Do this and you'll talk to more women in one night than most guys talk to in a month. Next, you'll learn the same night sex switch. This makes a woman feel perfectly cool with going home with you the same night you meet her and jumping into bed together. Have you ever wanted to ask a woman if she's got a boyfriend, but you were worried it would mess up the conversation or make it awkward? Use my boyfriend detection system to quickly and easily find out what her relationship situation is and if she's available to date you. This gives you the confidence to ask her out because you know she's likely to say yes. And finally, once you begin using these techniques and strategies, you'll be like a kid in a candy store. Okay, wow, that is a lot of stuff you'll be getting in this system. Now, you might think that a system that does this much for you would cost a fortune, and I could probably get away with charging a fortune for it because this system will transform the love lives of the lucky men who get to try it out. So how much is it? Well, if I was to price it the same as the other leading dating courses out there, based on how many secrets and shortcuts I packed into this program, It's valued at $197. And think about it, wouldn't you gladly pay that to never have to feel the pain of women overlooking you and losing interest shortly after they meet you? Wouldn't you be happy to pay that to never again hear those 4 words you hate? Let's just be friends. And at that price, it's a screaming bargain. And yet, you're not just receiving the Hooked program today. Just for watching this presentation, I'd like to give you free of charge these bonuses to help make sure you get the success with women you really want. The first bonus is a special audio program recorded by my friend David Wygant. It's called 21 Rejection-Proof Openers. In case you don't know, David is one of the most accomplished and famous dating experts on the planet. In fact, his life was the basis for the smash hit movie Hitch, starring Will Smith. Now, you already know that Hooked is not about lines and gimmicks, but you do have to say something to women to start talking to them in the first place. If you're not sure of what to say, these are the exact conversation starters that are guaranteed to work. First, you'll learn her most important body language signals you need to focus on first before doing any approach. If you miss any of these cues, you'll be dead in the water the first few seconds after opening your mouth. Next, you'll discover David's sexual confidence amplifier. This magnifies your confidence before you even walk up to her. This exercise only takes a few seconds to do, and you'll be surprised at how much more open women are when you do this before approaching them. And you'll get over 20 word-for-word approach templates, which you can copy and paste into your brain. You can use any of these rejection-proof openers to blow a conversation wide open in almost every situation you can think of. Never again will you go home kicking yourself for not opening your mouth because you were at a loss for words. From now on, you'll know exactly what to say. Next, you'll learn David's foolproof method for approaching women during the day. Most guys get this completely wrong, but when you do exactly what David teaches you, you'll see how easy it really is. Plus, you'll start to notice more women and capitalize on opportunities everywhere you go. You'll learn exactly what to say in 22 of the most common daytime situations where you see beautiful women. These opening lines were designed to reduce or eliminate the chance of an embarrassing rejection. Use them at the bar, a coffee shop, a bookstore, or anywhere else. You'll always know the right thing to say when you see a girl you like. David recorded this program just for us, so you can't buy this anywhere for any price. He told us that if he did sell them, he would charge at least $67 for it. But as a student of Hooked, you get it for free when you order today. And that's not all. You also get a second bonus guide called Conversations That Get You Dates. This bonus program teaches you exactly how to speak to women in a way that triggers sexual attraction and makes them desire you. Once you start using these strategies, you'll suddenly love talking to new women because every interaction is so flirtatious and so much fun for the both of you. Here's what you'll learn. The 3 magic words you can say at the beginning of a sentence that opens her up and makes her want to hear what comes next. Use this anytime you want to trigger fun and curiosity in a woman. Plus, the 5 things you should never talk about in the first few stages of any conversation because they almost instantly turn women off. How to move the conversation from polite small talk to flirting and fun without it seeming awkward or forced. You'll learn my #1 secret for approaching groups of people at social gatherings. If you get this right, they'll welcome you into the group and want to learn about you. Get this wrong and they'll huddle together and shut you out within seconds. You'll also learn the 4 surefire signs that she's interested in you and wants to go on a date with you. You probably always miss these signs and lose out on opportunities because of it. Just knowing what they are boosts your confidence to move forward and ask her out. Conversations That Get You Dates is valued at $67, and at that price, it's worth every penny. But again, as a student of Hooked, you get it absolutely free. In addition to that, you get another killer bonus that's going to get you good at approaching women really fast. Here's the thing, every guy who's good at attracting women knows one important thing. In order to get lots of women interested in you, you must develop the skill of approaching women and starting conversations. If you can't walk up to a woman and start chatting with her, then you'll have very few opportunities and options with the women. Luckily for you, I created a bonus program that makes approaching women super easy and shaves years off your learning curve. This program takes you straight to doing what works with approaching women so that you can start getting incredible results right away. When you do that, your confidence explodes and you'll have absolutely no fear of walking up to a woman and starting a conversation with her. I call this program the Date Machine because it transforms you into the kind of guy who gets dates with women easily and automatically without thinking or worrying about rejection. You will be a date-getting machine. Just imagine yourself walking up to a beautiful woman and easily starting a conversation with her. You know exactly what to say, and because she senses your confidence, her body language opens right up, and she makes the interaction very, very easy for the both of you. Everything goes smoothly because she wants it to, and you easily arrange for your first date together. You see, what you're going to discover is that when a woman senses your inner confidence, she goes out of her way to make it easy for you to ask her out. It's true. After going through this bonus program just once, you'll be better at approaching girls than 95% of the men in the world, including all of your friends. Just imagine the looks on their faces when they see you easily walking up to the prettiest women, getting to know them, making them laugh, and getting dates with them over and over again while they continue to strike out left and right. Okay, here's how the program works. This unique bonus is a set of 4 missions you can do in order to help you get good at walking up to beautiful women, starting the conversation, and getting dates lined up. The first mission helps you get started and builds your confidence with approaching girls. You'll surprise yourself at how easy it is once you have the right guidance and the right tools. You'll learn the best places to practice, including places where the women outnumber the men, and also what to say when you walk up to them. Mission 2 is all about removing your fear of rejection so it stops getting in your way and preventing you from meeting someone that you're interested in. I've designed a special exercise that's both easy and fun. It's designed to help dissolve that crippling fear of rejection that has stopped you in the past. Mission 3 is all about getting good at getting phone numbers. At this point, you'll be relaxed, comfortable, and confident at walking up to beautiful women. Next, it's time to learn how to go from just talking to setting up an actual date. You're going to be surprised at just how effortless it is to go from casually talking with her to getting her number and setting up a date. It's actually very easy when you have the right strategy, and that's what this mission gives you. And finally, in Mission 4, you'll learn how to create a fun social event for all the women you've been meeting, as well as your existing friends. You see, when you become the guy who organizes fun, cool events for people, your level of attractiveness skyrockets because women are drawn to leaders. And the women in your life will see you as a leader when you invite them to your events. Oh, and don't worry if you don't have any experience creating social events. I'm going to walk you through it step by step and show you just how easy it is. By the time you go through all 4 missions in this program, you will be getting more dates than you even have time for. That's why I call this program the Date Machine, because that's what it helps you become, a date-getting machine. On its own, this bonus program is valued at $47, but it's yours free when you invest in the Hooked program today. And we're still not done. Every guy who's good with women knows how important body language is. It's really eye-opening when you realize just how huge of a difference it makes when you use attractive body language. And it's downright shocking when you also realize how easy it is to lose your chance of being with a woman just because your body language is wrong. Here's why this is so important. It's true that women usually pay attention to your words and your overall vibe, but women always notice your body language. It's like there's a part of her brain that's always checking to make sure your body language is congruent with your words. When you get this wrong and you use the body language of a low-status, unattractive beta male, it instantly sets off a giant red flag in her mind and tells her that something's wrong, even if you're saying all the right things. This forces her brain to send a signal that she shouldn't sleep with you or pursue a relationship with you. On the other hand, when you get this right, there's almost nothing you can do to screw it up because her attraction for you happens automatically and without effort. That's why I created a 3rd bonus program for you called Invisible Attraction. Body language secrets that trigger immediate sexual desire. In this video program, you'll see me demonstrate both the right and wrong ways to use your body when interacting with a woman. You'll learn the one thing you must do with your body when you first approach her that instantly puts her at ease and makes her feel open to talking with you. Believe it or not, just adding this one body language trick to your approach will dramatically increase the amount of successful conversations you have with women. Other guys shake their head in disbelief because they keep getting blown off or politely rejected by women, even if they say the same thing you did. And that's because they're making that one mistake that closes women down and makes makes them not want to talk. I'll show you a much more interesting way to stand when you're at a social gathering, so you radiate high social value and women feel drawn to be near you. And here's a really important one. You'll learn the one huge mistake guys make with their body when it's time to start making out and moving towards sex. This one mistake sends a surge of anxiety through her body and causes what we call last-minute resistance. If you've ever had a woman say something like, "Wait, we shouldn't be doing this," then you've definitely made this mistake and turned her off without realizing it. You'll learn all this and much more. We're just scratching the surface here. And what's cool is that unlike an ebook, you'll see everything demonstrated on camera in crystal clear detail, so you learn it right the first time. The Invisible Attraction video program is valued at $47, but it's also yours free when you invest in the Hooked program today. When we add all that up, you can easily see why the entire Hooked program and the bonuses are valued at $425. However, just for watching this presentation today, I have a much better deal coming your way. Just keep watching as it won't last much longer. Of course, you could choose to just continue on the path you're on right now and end up paying 10, 20, maybe even 100 times as much trying to buy things you think will make women like you, but actually push them away. Buying expensive dinners and gifts and nice outfits, hoping that if you just provide enough for her, she'll realize how much she really likes you. And I'll be honest, there are some women out there who will hang around you as long as you keep showering her with your hard-earned money, but they'll never love you for who you are. They'll never show you real affection. And they will absolutely leave you the second they find a man who has the personality traits I show you how to acquire in this program. Meanwhile, these same women will have sex with all kinds of guys who aren't spending money on them. Guys who have the right flavors in their personality that hook women and make them feel like they can't get enough of them. And let's not even talk about the emotional cost of living your life without the ability to attract the women you really want, because you will never stop desiring beautiful women. It's simple biology. If you don't get this solved, you will never be satisfied. No matter how much money you make, no matter what kinds of goals you accomplish, you will always wish you had the ability to meet and attract beautiful women. Guys who never get this part of their lives figured out spend all of their time thinking about and chasing after women. Women who are actually repelled by them. Not attracted, repelled. And that is not the kind of life that I want for you. So let's make this a really easy decision, okay? I feel you deserve to know why I'm about to offer you such a massive discount today. I was originally going to price Hooked at $197, and even then it would have been a steal. But recently I sent a survey to my VIP email list and asked people why they wanted to learn what I was teaching in Hooked and what it would mean to their lives. And I was genuinely moved by the responses I got back. Guys from all over told me that they knew if they learned this material, they would finally feel like they would fit into the world, like they have real value and people would finally want to be around them. Honestly, it was heart-wrenching to hear that these men felt they didn't have enough value as a person for people to want to spend time with them, especially beautiful women. Some guys have never had a girlfriend and they put their trust in me to help them finally find a girl who really wants them. A woman who doesn't have to be tricked or persuaded into wanting to be his girlfriend. A woman who is there in his life, making love to him because she genuinely wants to, and who is excited about having a future with him. I was totally humbled and honored by what I read. I realized just how much responsibility I have as the teacher of this stuff. And I also realized just how far I've actually come. I started off clueless and lonely. When I used to see a beautiful woman, I felt like a kid at Christmas whose parents were too poor to buy presents, staring through a department store window, always on the outside looking in, but never really having what I wanted. I could really relate to what these guys told me, seeing other people have everything I desperately wanted, but felt I could never get. So I decided then and there, I want to help as many men as I possibly can. I want to do what society has failed to do for men like us everywhere. I want to make it possible for men to become far more attractive than they ever believed possible and see the success with women that they've always wanted but didn't know how to get. The good news? That means a much lower price for you because I want you to be a success with women and I don't want finances to stop anyone. That means that today you won't have to pay the retail value of Hooked and the bonuses. Not even close. So your investment today will not be $197. Not even half that. Not even $97. Your total investment today, which includes the entire Hooked system and all the bonuses I just described, is now only one payment of just $67. That's just 18 cents a day for a year. What else do you spend 18 cents on every single day that makes no difference in your love life whatsoever? And listen, you don't even have to decide right now because of my unconditional triple guarantee. Just try the Hooked system for yourself for a full 60 days. If you don't meet at least one gorgeous new girl who really likes you as a direct result of this program, or if you don't notice a dramatic improvement in how women look and speak with you, how they perk up just because you walked into the room, or even if you just don't like how my voice sounds when I talk to you in the videos, how the website looks, or the font I use, you name it, I'll gladly refund every penny. No questions, no hassles. And that means you'll have seen the entire program for free. That's how confident I am that you'll love this program. I want to treat you the way I wish other businesses treated me. And I also know that once you see how quickly you get results with women, I know you won't want to part with this information at any price. Look below this video and click on the yellow button that says see if you qualify to claim your discounted price now. Plus, when you act now before this presentation ends, I will toss in this one-of-a-kind super bonus worth $47. You see, my ultimate goal for you is to have a life that draws beautiful women to you automatically and effortlessly. The good news is that it's incredibly easy to create that kind of life once you know the steps and have a roadmap. Now, the Hooked program is all about creating a personality that has those emotional flavors that women find desirable. The next level of your education is going to be learning and mastering all the ways to be irresistible to women. In order to help you do that, I've got one final bonus for you, and this is a big one. There are many aspects to creating a life that draws women to you like a magnet. And in order to make sure you learn everything you need, I created a unique program called the Irresistible Academy. This is a monthly membership program that gives you a world-class education on how to be magnetically attractive to women. I want to give you the first 2 weeks of membership absolutely free. That means you'll get instant access to Module 1 of the program, which is called Instantly Confident. There have been tons of surveys of women about what they look for in a man, and the number one trait that's at the top of the list is always confidence. Without confidence in yourself, you end up putting the woman you're with in the role of a mother rather than a lover and an equal. If you want to attract a great woman, you must get rid of those things in your mind that are blocking the natural confidence you already have. That's what this first module is designed for. It's broken into 3 parts. The first part is a video presentation on how to build raw confidence, because that is the ultimate aphrodisiac to women. Here's what you'll learn. First, we'll talk about the 3 stages of confidence and the step-by-step roadmap on how to start feeling raw confidence in yourself so you have more options with women. You'll learn a simple phrase you can say to yourself whenever you get approach anxiety that helps you move past it, so you can walk up to any woman and start talking with her. The absolute fastest way to get better with women and develop the magnetic self-confidence they crave in a man, and much more. I'm basically going to walk you through the exact process for building confidence so you can start getting the results with women that you really want. The next part of the bonus is a video presentation called Overcoming Fear. As you know, fear is what stops you from having what you want, especially in relationships. So we're going to dive deep into this and help you dissolve fear at its core. Mastering fear is going to be the foundation of your dating success and will help you in so many other areas of your life as well. The reason for this is because whatever's causing you to feel fear when it comes to women and dating is also affecting other parts of your life too. When you know how to control fear in all areas of your life, it makes you much more attractive to women because they see you as someone who can care for them when it counts. And I'll show you my 3-step process that helps you move past fear when it comes so you can start getting what you want in life and with women. Finally, I'm also including a special interview I did with the founding father of the whole dating advice world, Ross Jeffries. He's been coaching men on how to develop confidence with women for 28 years. He understands this subject at a very deep level. And in this interview, he gives you the 3 different types of confidence and examples on how to develop each one in yourself. And he also takes you through a hypnotic induction that rewires your brain to let go of old negative thoughts and patterns automatically. Here's how it works. When you invest in the Hooked program, you automatically get your first 2 weeks of Irresistible Academy for free as a special special bonus. If you like what you see, then do nothing, and you'll be rebilled at $47 per month, which is just $1.57 per day. Each month, you'll get a new module sent to you automatically. All of the lessons are on video, and sometimes we also add interviews with other dating experts in order to give you the hottest, most effective strategies for meeting women. These are people who have mastered the dating game in their own unique way and have discovered their own secrets for being irresistible. And they want to share those secrets with you as a member of Irresistible Academy. Each lesson builds on the previous one and gently moves you toward being the man who can easily attract women anywhere and everywhere. We cover things like learning how to decode her silent signals that tell you whether she's interested in you or not, how to be charismatic and popular, the top reasons why women reject and disqualify men before they even have a chance, and how to fix it, how to become the kind of boyfriend she'll never leave, how to have threesomes and orgies with multiple women, how to create a super attractive kick-ass bachelor pad that women enjoy spending time in, and much more. Nothing is left to chance. By being a member of Irresistible Academy, you'll know exactly how to attract beautiful women to you like a magnet, and give yourself an unfair advantage over other guys who don't know these secrets. And of course, you can cancel your subscription at any time by sending a quick email to trip@tripadvice.com. If you do that, you can just keep the parts of the program you already paid for, so no worries there. Now, if you just want to enjoy the free 2 weeks in Irresistible Academy and not receive the rest of the modules, no problem. Again, just send us a quick email at trip@tripadvice.com and let us know. We'll make sure you never get billed for any of the monthly payments, and we'll still be friends. Plus, you'll always be able to keep the first 2 weeks of content, which includes the entire Instantly Confident module. We only want you to continue paying if you're happy with what you see. I strongly believe in treating you the way I wish other businesses treated me. So don't worry, I've got your back no matter what you decide. And speaking of which, one of the things I always wished for when I invest in a program like this is being able to ask the teacher for help. So I've created a special Facebook group called Trips Corner, and it's just for my students. This is a place where we all gather to share ideas, tips, techniques, and discoveries with women and dating. It's a place for guys to share their wild field reports where they reveal exactly what went down when they met a woman and how they navigated it all the way through to sex and becoming her boyfriend. You'll learn a lot just from seeing how other people apply these flavor formulas in their own lives. And by the way, I'm still learning too. And you better believe that the first place I'm going to share my latest adventures and discoveries with women is in that Facebook group. You'll get access to it for free as a paid student of Hooked. Okay, so here's what to do next to get started. Click on the yellow button that says "See if you qualify" to claim your discounted price now. You'll be granted immediate access to everything, the Hooked system, and the 5 free bonuses. You get lifetime access to everything in the Hooked system for only one payment of $67 for taking immediate action today. And with that, you also get the free 2-week trial into Irresistible Academy. If you like it, do nothing, and we'll just bill you $47 each month you decide to remain a member. Remember, Irresistible Academy will give you a complete world-class education on how to create a life that is magnetic to beautiful women. And if you decide you don't want to remain a member, just send us an email and let us know, and we'll make sure to cancel your membership right away. Either way, remember, you still get to keep the first 2 weeks of lessons as my gift to you for giving Irresistible Academy a try. Okay, here's what will happen the moment you click the "See if you qualify" button below this video. First, you'll be taken to our 100% secure checkout page. It's going to look like this. Then simply click on the button that says "Pay Now." It will look just like this. Finally, as soon as you place your order, you'll get an email with your username and password so you can get instant access and start enjoying the program right away. You can access the members area from your computer, smartphone, or tablet anytime you'd like. Remember, you've been alone and struggling to bring beautiful women into your life for far too long. You already know far too well how it feels when a girl you really like doesn't feel the same way about you, and how it feels to watch beautiful women show interest in your friends while you sit there helplessly watching. And what it's like to panic if you actually do get a girl, not knowing how to keep her around and constantly worrying that she'll cheat on you. Yet all of this can change the moment you start going through this program. You are going to finally experience what I think is the best problem any man can possibly have: not having the time to hang out with all these women who want to be with you. Don't put this off any longer, and here's why. First, as you recall, I lowered the price by more than half, just so you can jump in now. Yet eventually I'm going to raise that price back up to where it really deserves to be. So act now before that happens. And let's not forget, unless you take action now, today, you may never take action. You may do what some people do and put it off just a few more days, which will turn into months, then years. So let's make sure you get what you really want and do the only smart thing you can do. Take advantage of this limited time offer while you still can and wisely get on the right path to an amazing love life filled with desirable women who want you. Click the yellow See If You Qualify button below and let's get you started now. Now, if you're still on the fence, you probably have some questions. Here are the most common questions that I get, and I have some answers here to help you out. The first is this: how do I know this will work for me? Well, it's simple. You can trust that it's going to work because I've already done the hard part by reverse engineering what makes these ultra rare men exceptionally irresistible to women. You see, whether you realize it or not, your personality has a combination of flavors. And it's not right or wrong, it's just a flavor formula that you've been using unconsciously for years. So if you're getting amazing results right now, then great. But if you're not, and you want to experience what it's like to be magnetic, then you owe it to yourself to try this out. And like I said before, if this doesn't work for you, for some reason this is not at all getting you the results that you want, then you can take advantage of my triple guarantee and get your money back immediately. Now here's another question I get. What if the girl I like is really conservative, or she's one of those good girls? Well, here's the deal. The truth is, all women really respond to this because this is what is hardwired into their brain. These flavor formulas are based on science. Okay, so when a woman meets a man with a personality that stimulates her in all these different ways, it doesn't matter how conservative she is, it doesn't matter if she's a good girl, it's still going to work. She's going to crave the presence of him, period. All right, here's another question I get. What if I'm ugly, or if I'm too old, or if I don't have any money? Will this system still work for me? And the simple answer is this: yes, it will absolutely. This is not about looks, it's not about age, it's not about income. It has nothing to do with that. It's all about filling in those missing elements of your personality so you can be magnetic. And listen, there are guys out there that have looks and have money, but women, they're not really craving those things the same way they are with the guy who has these certain elements of his personality. So Hooked has all that. It's going to be teaching you that stuff. And here's the best part. It is going to put you far above the guys who are younger, who are rich, who are good looking, because this is the stuff that, again, is hardwired into a girl that makes it so she craves a guy with these elements. Remember, immediately after you order, you're going to get access to everything, and you can start diving in right away. You can literally start getting results as soon as today because you're going to have it right there in front of you. You can start devouring some of this content, some of this information, and going out there and getting results. And here's the cool part about it, is this program is actually going to build that confidence within you, so it's going to be easy for you to go out there and start meeting women and using this stuff. Almost like it's magic. It's going to be giving you these magical powers. Now, of course, it's not actually magic, but it is a proven method that does work and helps women become irresistible to you. So, I know you've been waiting for this. I know you've been waiting to actually get some serious results so you can start diving in. So I'm going to stop here. I'm going to give you access to the program. All you got to do is click below this video. You're going to see a yellow button, and I'm going to be waiting in the private Facebook group, and I'm going to be there answering your questions. So go ahead, get this program, click the yellow button down below. Let's get you started right away. Like I said, I'll be waiting for you in the members area, in the private Facebook group, and I'll see you so soon.